Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and just do a quick review of the HD25 Lite and HD25. This is a non-scientific review. I'm sure there are better headphone reviewers, but I just wanted to go ahead and give you my 2 cents and go from there. Because, okay, before I go on further, why did I buy both of these? The reason I wanted to buy them is because these are very lightweight, closed-back headphones. Typically, most headphones that are closed back tend to be bulkier and they take up a lot more space. And open backs are no different. Usually they're more bulky. Or let's just say even AKG3. This is bulky. Look at the size comparison between each of these, right? So I wanted something that was lightweight. And if you look here, it's pretty lightweight. I mean, you're talking like 4 ounces, which is freaking lightweight. That is like really lightweight. Unfortunately, I wasn't sure which to choose between both of these. But now I can give you a definitive answer. And go from there. So, keeping this like really simple, I wasn't looking for accuracy. These are not for accuracy. These are more just for me to just wear while I'm recording something just casual, like a YouTube video. There's some history behind these headphones. There are tons and tons and tons of DJs that use these headphones. And what I found really interesting was that a lot of these DJs were saying, I've been using this for 25 years, for 30 years, for 25, they've been using it for a while, which really speaks to the build quality of the HD25. Now, the HD25 Lite recently came out, and this is $99. This is $150. Okay, so I don't know too much about the build quality of this because this is more new, but what I can say is that the HD25s, they're pretty solid in terms of durability. There are tons of these people talking about how durable these are, so that gives me confidence in it, which makes me veer this direction. What I don't like about the HD25 Lite is that it has 2 wires here. And this literally has happened to me a few times where the wire just gets kind of stuck like that. This only is 1 wire on the other side. The other thing that's great is because these are more DJ-centric, these can swap back and forth, whereas this cannot. The other thing, too, is the material. Hard to see on paper. This feels more cheap, like really cheap plastic, whereas even though this is more plastic, it feels like, I'm going to take everyone's word for it that it's saying this is really, really solid. This also feels like it would be more comfortable because you can spread it out that way, whereas this can't. The material, I would say this actually feels different. Like this is more glossy. I don't know if you can see that, but this is more matte. You can see how that's shiny. So it's like even the material is a little bit different. But what I can tell you, at least from something I've learned from product design and from products, when they make something cheaper, it's never the same quality. It's cheaper because it's cheaper. So they definitely probably skimped out on the quality of this. It's probably not as durable. And yeah, just to keep this a brief, all right, I just realized I forgot to actually talk about the sound of the headphones, so that's kind of important. Okay, so I really suck at this, so I'm just going to do my best to explain this with things I already know, and I'll do my best because I'm not as good as these other headphone reviewers, so I'll give you context. So this has more bass than the MDR 7506. It has more bass, and so by comparison, when I listen to some songs, this had more bass than the 7506. What I can say is, compared to the HD6XX, the HD6XX sounds more natural, more like neutral. This is definitely not neutral, not accurate, is the best way I can say it. The Harman Curve AKG371 kind of has a smooth sort of quality to it, right? This doesn't have a smooth quality to it. This sounds... I might be wrong here, but it seems very V-shaped. There's a lot of treble, like boosted, and a lot of bass boosted. But the other thing, and I actually made a note on this, the bass sounds, it's not punchy. It's not like, the best way I can say it is like, it's not punchy. It's like almost like fake bass. I don't know if that makes sense, but there's like, have you ever listened to something that's kind of like, it's not like true punchy bass. It's like fake bass. And in a way, another way I want to say is like but then I also noticed that this is not very sibilant. So there's this one music video I always test for sibilance.
I gotta go somewhere, so can we make this quick? Thanks.
It's a Mariah Carey video. And she goes like, she says this line. And if she sounds sibilant on it, then it's, that like, for instance, if you use these, she sounds very sibilant on that. But she doesn't sound sibilant on those. I don't know if anyone has ever had these headphones before, but these are called the Sound Magic E10. or I think it's called E10. This is very similar to the Soundmagic E10 in that it's like it's got a lot of bass and the treble is boosted, but it has a synthetic sort of vibe to it, but it's enjoyable, but it's synthetic feeling. In other words, like the best way I can explain it is, let's say I was speaking into or doing a song. It's like that would be like using this HD6XX, it would sound like me pretty much. But on these headphones, where it sounds already processed, is the best way I can explain. I know this doesn't make any sense. Anyway, if I had to summarize the sound of this in like 2 sentences, it's actually enjoyable, not accurate, synthetic. It's like the worst explanation I can say. It's like, you know how like cologne reviewers say like something is like synthetic?
Oh, it's so synthetic, right? This fragrance sucks, they're all synthetic.
That's the way I can explain it. The bass doesn't sound natural. The voices don't sound natural. Nothing sounds natural, but it's still enjoyable, is the best way I can say it. So, too long didn't read is, don't use these for accuracy. If I was going to go for accuracy, I'd probably go for the HD6XX. Don't use these for finding flaws in your recordings. If I wanted to find flaws, use the 7506. Don't use these if you want something super smooth. If you want that, 371s. And don't use these if you're looking for something pretty accurate enough, but not super accurate, which is like M50X. This is more just like you get it because of look at the size. Compare that to that, right? That's lightweight. Compared to that, this is if you want to move. You want to be like, mobile, be fast. That's why you get these.